Brian Moran, founder of GovernmentCIO. Welcome to GovernmentCIO Magazine.
Hi, this is Olivia. I'm with GovernmentCIO Magazine, and today we'll be chatting with the General Services Administration Federal Acquisition Service Commissioner, Tom Sharpe.
Well, every morning I walk to work. I consider it an honor of my federal career to be the Commissioner of the Federal Acquisition Service. So it's a high honor. It's meeting my expectations in terms of that responsibility, but what's really exceeded my expectations is the ability of FAS, and for that matter, General Services Administration, to have such an impact across government and helping the customers, in my instance, meet their acquisition needs. Terrific question. When I joined FAS 3 years ago, two things struck me. The first is a wonderful sense of family in the Federal Acquisition Service. I expected to be received with a certain level of reception and respect, but I was surprised by the wonderful sense of family. So that was the good news. I've been around federal procurement a long time. The challenging news is I thought there was open recognition that FAS was the federal government's centralized buyer, and I expected to hear challenges and how we could do that better and better meet customer needs. And what I found is that's not a largely held expectation that we could be the centralized buyer. So I've come to understand, and I've positioned FAS to earn that business. And in some of the other questions I know you're interested in talking about, we can talk about how we're going about positioning FAS to be the answer to our customers' acquisition needs. Plans are moving forward terrific. You said 17, we have 19 hallways. So you're asking me a question around our approach that we share with the Office of Federal Procurement Policy and my colleague Ann Runn, to have the government increasingly act as one through the idea of category management. So we've gone ahead across government and created 10 super categories, as it were, and you're asking about the sub-hallways. These are very large hallways. So the sub-hallways we've got stood up in FAS, 19 at the moment. Desired outcomes are to decrease duplication and redundancy in contracting, so increase the use of what we call enterprise contracts, right? To share and better use and more fully use the contracts we already have instead of creating new ones that are redundant. We're also interested in seeing social economic participation go up, right? That's an important job, as are the other very important federal goals around sustainability and things like that. The other desired outcome is to have use of the gateway in each category increase. And where we're going to increase the gateway is to have very rich content there that helps the acquisition workforce do their job, and powerful tools that support the contracting community in doing their job. It certainly does, and eBuy is an important tool. It's a tool we've had available for quite a while, but what we did is we modernized it and we put it on a web platform, and now it is accessible through the gateway. It automates the request for process to use the multiple award schedules. It's very data rich. You can see past orders, how they were accomplished, how those requests were put together, which ones were canceled. So it's a very rich database for management purposes and to assist the acquisition community as they go ahead with their next order to see what's been how it's been performed in the past. That's just one of many tools, though. We have other tools. We have Calc, right? That capture for our services contracts, the actual skill descriptions and contract prices. That's available. We have Solutions Finder, right, which compares contracts that are available to each other. We have a Statement of Work library, right, which has sample statements of work. So the list goes on and on and on. And I'm very proud to say that the Gateway, which is part of the Common Acquisition Platform we're building, is targeted at supporting category management, but it's also targeted at being the day-in, day-out tool of the acquisition workforce for them to do their job, to see the available contracts, to see best practice samples and forms. And that is to get us acting as one. We need that tool. There's 61,000 in upward acquisition professionals, 500 plus procurement shops, $420 billion or so last year spent in procurement. So we're setting the conditions for folks to act as one. We've got a goal this year to get to 10,000 registrants in the Gateway, We're about at 7,500 today. We will exceed the goal for this year. But we're also managing what we call purposeful visits or sticky users. So we're watching very closely that we're getting a wide adoption across government. We're watching very closely repeat visitors, and we're watching very closely use of posting of articles, reading of articles, the category teams, that the gateways are supporting the category teams, and the gateways increasingly are supporting the day in, day out work for acquisition professionals to make their job easier. We also intend for the gateway to serve very important management functions that have data there, and the list goes on and on. Well, category management is a widely accepted approach in the commercial world, so we've embraced it. I think it's very much the right way to go about federal procurement. It sets the conditions for acting as one, as a government. It sets the conditions for FAS to better understand groupings of requirements. It sets the conditions for FAS to better understand our customers and what they need. So how do I see it succeeding? There's 10 up, there's category managers appointed. Very much respect and appreciate the work out of the Office of Federal Procurement Policy and Ann Run. She's appointed 10 category leaders. We're very proud of the fact that FAS will lead 5 of the 10. My understanding is OMB will be issuing a circular that will make in policy the responsibilities of category managers and their authorities. So there'll be folks at the top of those categories whose job is to see how those requirements are fulfilled today, and come up with strategies, solutions, best practices to better fulfill the requirements tomorrow. And this is a continuous process. And what I mean by better is increased use of enterprise contracts, decrease duplication in contracting. Again, we want to support the increase in socioeconomic participation and meeting the other very important federal procurement goals. And we want to see increasingly the gateway built out with content tools that support category management and support the day-to-day work of the acquisition workforce and serves management needs. Over time, I'm sure we're going to see the category managers ask that the available contracts be placed in the hallway. As you probably know, the Office of Federal Procurement Policy has issued guidance. They call it spend under management, and they're scoring contracts 1, 2, and 3 around attributes, around best practices around category management. And I think a way we're going to get to level 3, which are contracts that are managed and contain best practice and are shareable across government. I think a good way to get to the 3s, if not the 2s, is for the category manager, when they pick the areas they want to focus on, just have the ones sit in the hallway and compare those ones in terms of the needs of the agencies, the best interest of the taxpayers. I think that's where 2s will come from, and that's how we're going to learn to create 3s. FAS is going all in on this. We're going to organize ourselves around this concept. We're going to commit in a big way, and that's the right way, we think, to understand our customers' procurement needs. The other thing we're going to do in parallel is we're going all in on understanding our customers, and you'll see us rolling out a future vision for FAS shortly. It's going to be all about customer, but customer in a very, very deep way. And it's going to be around understanding our customers in a way that we understand them better than they understand themselves. And we anticipate their needs. We anticipate their procurement needs and produce and position solutions even before our customers fully realize that's what they need. And we're going to serve customers at a level, a depth and intimacy they haven't seen before. So I think that, alongside category management, is going to position certainly FAS to support the government-wide effort. And I think you're going to see great progress in us as a government acting as one, and FAS increasingly fulfilling the role that we're here for. And that's to meet our customers' needs in acquisition, to give them more timely, faster, better answers to their acquisition needs. And we're going to earn it. Well, that's a great question. Where I see FAS, and I'll say in the future, it's hard to look out 10 years. In the future, it's really that comment around customer. We're organizing ourselves to support procurement requirements by category, right, through groupings of product service codes, so we increasingly can develop the best solutions for those categories of procurement needs, those categories of procurement spending. We're building out we traditionally have deep expertise in sourcing for those requirements. We want to continuously improve. But some features we're going to go deeper on is deep engagement with industry. All of our solutions have deep interactions with industry. We're very interested in their feedback. So that's going to be a feature. The other feature is what I said around customer. A deep understanding, anticipation, and service to customers, the other aspect of how we're setting ourselves up. So I think things you can look for in the future, the goals we're trying to achieve, is that deep involvement in the customer, solutions that are pre-positioned, very vetted with industry, based on industry feedback, and then increasingly we're seeing is anticipating requirements and deeply serving our customers. Another feature, we historically have a deep background in sourcing solutions. We want to, in a big way, improve our tools. In a lot of ways, the FAS of the future, I think, will be tools, digital tools that are almost transparent to customers. But one of the reasons, value propositions and reasons they come is the ease of use of our tools, even more powerful as a value proposition than the sourcing content. My message, given the context of this discussion and the idea of acting as one, I would ask that the government buyers and our industry partners embrace the idea and the objectives we're trying to obtain. In terms of category management, in my view, our category strategies, whether they're consumption policies or best practice guides or certainly sourcing solutions, should be vetted with industry. Our industry partners should get a chance to comment. We should listen to their comments very carefully. I would say that's the primary message. We're trying to act as one. So from the government side, please use the acquisition gateway to see the available solutions. Let's not create redundant vehicles when there's enterprise solutions that could be used. I would say that. And I say on both sides, there needs to be a deep understanding of the requirements we're trying to fulfill, how we're going to evaluate the vendors best position to fulfill those requirements. And it's going to take interaction like we haven't seen. We use Oasis as an example, our large professional services contract we awarded about a year ago. We went all in on interaction with not just customer, but also industry. And anywhere I go, I don't get complaints that there was not enough interaction on Oasis. Now, I will have vendors say their idea was not embraced, but never they feel like their voice wasn't heard.